Hello, my wonderful Aries. Welcome back to Fifi and Gigi's tarot readings. I hope you're all feeling absolutely stunning. Now, Aries, I want to jump straight in because I want to get to the bottom of a serious question here, right? Especially if we are with someone, let's say even if we're on again or off again, and we have been presented with maybe a series of challenges, there are issues, maybe a bit of incompatibility here, maybe it's a bit one-sided. The question here is, can this love be saved? Can it be saved? Is there hope yet for the future? I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to see really kind of like what's going on. I want to pick up on your energy, your person's energy, and I really want to see, well, just can it be saved? You know, I like to get straight to the point and just always approach it with respect. I don't like to sugarcoat. I don't like to gatekeep my messages, but I always approach this with respect because we are dealing with real human emotions here, right? So can this relationship, can this love be saved? Now, will there be an extended reading? Yes, there will be. And I'm going to be focusing on some key areas. Because if this indeed can be saved, well, over at the extended reading, I want to focus on milestones, changes, upcoming events, anything here, any changes coming up in the respective future that you should be aware of, and how will it impact you? How will it impact the entire relationship? So if you are interested in looking at the future changes, the movement coming up, of course, I do invite you to check out your extended reading. I'll be using two completely different decks, and the link to that extended reading is in the description box below, Aries. It will be the very first link underneath all of the yellow stars. So I'll be looking over there at your energy, your person's energy. But of course, just to reiterate, I want to see the big changes coming up. What is the heads up for you in regard to you and this person? So that's going to be quite juicy. It's going to be very in-depth, just like this one. So we've got 3, we've got 2, and the last one. Think about your person. Right now, the person that you're wondering, can this relationship be saved? Kind of picture them. It really helps me channel the reading. So here we go. Well, it looks like someone's reaching out to you. Obviously, this someone is the person. I feel like they do want to work on this at least one more time because I'm hearing that there's some challenges. Maybe we had a break, maybe we went our separate ways, but they would love to start from the ground up, like a budding relationship. In other words, let's wipe the slate clean. I don't know, let's kind of like agree to disagree. Bygone, you know when they say let bygones be bygones, and I'm hearing that they do want to apologize. There is an apology here of, listen, I was wrong and I did this. It doesn't matter what they did. What I do like is that they are genuinely apologizing, but they do want to start from the ground up. I feel like this person wants to be all sweet on you. So you can definitely expect messages that are backed by love. They are fueled by their emotions here. So let's see, let's split the deck. Well, it's you. Even if you are a divine feminine watching this, a divine masculine, you will be receiving this message. Now, because it's in the beating heart of this deck for you, right? I do feel that, again, you're really going to sense that it is genuine. You're going to also sense that their apology, their emotions are actually real, which will actually prompt you to actually take action, respond, or at least meet them here in the middle. What I really like is that the attraction is still there, and so is the emotions. So I want to get to the main messages of can this be saved? Because even though we've got beautiful messages and you're going to feel quite touched by it, by what they're going to express to you, we need to still get to the bottom of this. So let's see. Well, we have Judgment. Scorpio energy. Your person really wants to save this. Now, does Aries want to save it? Of course, that's a different question, right? I see that you're curious enough, you're willing and able to meet them in the middle, but you are judge, jury, and executioner here, right? And I mean that in the best possible way, because you can say yes or no to this person, right? You're just being very realistic at the moment. So, of course, this is usually the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's you kind of doing an evaluation of yourself, your person, and kind of like trying to put emotions to the side and see this is the relationship, these are the facts, this is what's happened, this is what's happening now. But of course, that is your person asking you for another chance. I feel that many of you are going to say, whoa, slow it down, because temperance means moderation in mind, body, spirit, love, our emotions, even the relationship. So I feel like you're recalibrating here. You know what I mean? It's like you're kind of coming full circle, you're wrapping your head and your heart around this. And the fact that we've started off with such positive major arcanas, there might be a change for the better here. Wow, okay. Oh, another major arcana. We have the Hierophant, often known as the High Priest. This is Taurus energy. I feel like a lot of you would just love to re-enter this connection. If it's like a traditional relationship, a traditional marriage, for example, because the key words here are commitment, engagement, marriage. I see that a lot of you have actually learn a lot of spiritual lessons. Someone here, if it's not you, it could be your person saying, well, why don't we do some counseling? It could be through an actual marriage counselor, a spiritual counselor here as well, because you don't have to do everything on your own, right? In fact, I see that there's going to be healthy changes to this connection. It's going to be a win-win. It's not going to be one-sided anymore. Oh, wow. Okay, all right. Why is the devil here, please? Page of Pentacles, you're tempted. I almost picked up this card as well. The Hanged Man, Pisces energy here. Yeah, at the moment you're in thought. So you're not definitely the type to say yes or no to this person, but you are tempted. So this is what we need to talk about. The devil, Capricorn energy, again, major temptation, right? But it is falling under the influence of the devil, which can represent perhaps that maybe what we need to kind of work through, because that's the Student card, right? Was your person doing something unhealthy? Like it could be drugs, it could be gambling, it could even be something as not so severe as drugs, but it could be like retail therapy, way too much, overeating, for example, right? Your person was obviously doing something to the extreme where it was very unhealthy. They could also be with the influence of the Page of Cups. Perhaps you're realizing they were maybe emotionally attached to you, they were only with you when things got tough or when they were lonely, for example. But now they have learned their lesson as well, to be more independent, but to also offer you something that money cannot buy, which is respect, integrity, loyalty, love, friendship, and all of that. So I'm seeing there's going to be a face-to-face communication here where they're going to tell you, I've learned my lesson. I want to change for the better. I want to change for you. So far, it really looks like things actually can work out. I think this love can be saved. I do feel here that your person is committed to changing for the better, because there is something here where, you know, the devil is also known as self-sabotage. When things are good, they can be great, they can be excellent, but perhaps your person, they get in their own way and then things just fall down like the tower. So let's see, we've got 3, let's just do 2 more. Look at this, if you really think about it, we got all major arcanas and 2 pages. We got messages coming up. So I feel like they just want to be a better person for you. They're doing it for themselves, don't get me wrong, but you're like the main motivator here. So they may have had a massive epiphany here. Ooh, okay, that's too many cards that fell. I don't want to pause the video. We'll put that over here. We'll put it like that better. Yeah, they are working on themselves, and that's good. I like that. Someone's going back to study or changing jobs here. Your person's also learning to be more resourceful. They may have also gambled away in the past a lot of money. I don't know if you know that. Maybe you are aware of it. They've made some bad investments here as well. We've got 2 more. We've got 1 more. All right, here we go. Chop. All right, bottom of the deck. What else is influencing this connection, please? Ooh, the Knight of Swords. That is the fastest moving knight, ruled by Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Now, of course, your person can be any star sign. But it's actually quite interesting because over at the Extended, I want to focus on, you know, the changes coming up. And this is what it is. Messages, changes, offers, and transitions in the next few weeks, all to do with communication here. I feel like they're going to make you an offer here. You've got, look at this, the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is the divine counterpart of the High Priest. This is a very spiritual connection. So you pick up on their energy. They pick up on your energy. You know intuitively when, you know, you're sad, they're sad, happy, angry, you know, a bit like, you know, what's that word? Like, even if we're a bit indecisive or apprehensive here, I feel like they're going to confess something to you, that they just want you and they only want you though. That yeah, I'm getting here, again, what falls under the devil is massive impulsivity. I think they're just going to tell you that basically this person keeps blaming themselves. It's like, okay, I sabotaged this connection. I was emotionally attached to you and all of this. But I'm hearing someone going blah, blah, blah. I feel like it's this person, like, they're not saying that in a bad way, but they just know that the list goes on and on about how they sabotage this. Let's talk about judgment with epiphanies. Yeah, this person wants you and only you. The Queen of Pentacles is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy, where they wife you up, husband you up, right? I'm kind of getting this thing where they really poorly judge themselves because they thought that you were too good for them. Because you're a high achiever. Aries, please remember, you are literally one of the most strongest star signs. Like when I talk about strong, I talk about headstrong, emotionally strong, right? Physically strong. Like it takes a lot to bring an Aries down, and that's if it happens. So they just hold you in such high regard that I feel like the devil was telling them, you're no good to Aries. You know, their ego was saying, you're not good enough for Aries. So, and this is the thing, on the flip side, they really want to save this relationship, but they see you as their forever. Wow. Yeah, see? The Strength card is telling them, you got to pick yourself up. It's the card of unconditional love ruled by Leo. It's also the card of healing, forgiveness, your person really taking care of themselves. And by golly, they will. Because Temperance is the complete opposite of the devil. This is healing. Again, we've got another card of healing here as well. Your person really taking care of their health, but also the health of this connection. I feel like they neglected this connection. They took it for granted. They didn't truly appreciate what they had, which was you, Aries. So they're now, like I said, picking up the pieces, their bravery, their integrity, their self-confidence, their self-esteem to face you and say, why don't we just give it our all? Let's just try one more time. Please don't hate me, Aries. You know what I mean? I don't think you do, but the Hierophant, please, brings energies of my favorite 10, the 10 of Cups, Pisces energy. This is your happy ever after. It is reunion. It speaks again of commitment, engagement, marriage, where it shows here that if you were to say yes, the rainbow usually has 10 cups in it, especially in like the older tarot cards, like right away. It shows that the next 10 months will bring you and this person nothing but blessings and probably even marriage. So I see here that this indeed can be saved. So just because we have one challenging card, which I really feel that's your person, it's the card of self-sabotage, I really feel here that this can be saved. They're working on themselves though, absolutely. Even if they drink too much or, you know, if they're full of excuses for this, this and that, they're calling themselves out. Let's talk about that devil. 3 of Cups. Cancer energy. So this can represent a lot happening within the next 3 months. There might also be a very toxic third party. Now, this toxic third party could most likely be a family member, and it could also be a friend. So this is a card of friendship, children, and family. I'm not picking up it's a child, to be honest. But they want to reopen up lines of communication. So they could be hyper fixated on you. I don't like to use the word obsessed. That's very dangerous. It just has a lot of negative connotations, very negative associations there. They are hell-bent. They are focused, very determined. I'm going to say extremely infatuated to be with you again. Like, they're hyper-focused. They're not looking at anyone else. Like, even if someone said, hey, look at that. There's Megan Fox over there, or there's, I don't know, Leonardo DiCaprio. They don't care. They just want to see you. This person is hyper-fixated on you. They do need to learn, though, to not be so emotionally dependent and attached to you. That is absolutely true. Page of Pentacles, please, is the Empress. Holy moly, the Empress, Taurus, Libra energy. Where is she looking? She's looking to the future with the sun in the corner, blessing the situation. It's a card of high action here. It's the most abundant card, the most creative and fertile card in the entire deck. So it could be their desire also to have a family with you, possibly to even have children. I always say it's a blessing, but if we don't want children, not everybody wants children, I would just say be careful, right? But more often than not, though, this does mean giving birth to the situation once more. And the Emperor is actually usually here to always bless the reading. We usually see the Empress with that cornucopia, that basket of amazing opportunities, blessed changes with the fruits and the vegetables. Bonus message, please. Ooh, why is it splitting? We got the Lovers. Yeah, look at that. Both of you are coming together again. We're healing this. We're reinstating harmony. We're making a decision from the heart. Boom. Look at this. Are you kidding? So we had the High Priestess and the High Priest. That's the spiritual couple. That is like the it couple. And look what are the chances of this? I wasn't even going to take it a bonus message. Look how we complete each other. Now we've got the full sun there. We've got the Empress and the Emperor. That is you. Even if you're a divine feminine, we've got the Emperor right there. You're a natural leader. How beautiful is this? You are each other's forever. You're the perfect match. You complement each other. Your person just made some big mistakes in the past. Mistakes were made. And now look at that. They're picking up the pieces because they want to correct their mistakes. So can this relationship be saved? That is a big, fat, resounding yes. This is your forever person. How beautiful. What are the chances? Like, what are the chances of this? Look at this. I got another card. We got the Chariot. Now we're together in unity. This is, okay, probably one of my favorite readings I have done for you, Aries, probably in the last 6 months. Like, this is such a positive reading. I'm telling you right now, this relationship can be saved. You are the power couple. You are each other's forever. And this is your happily ever after. We're going to enter now a more traditional relationship. I'm seeing marriage for some of you. I'm even seeing children. This is beautiful. It's not too good to be true. You absolutely deserve the happiness because you work for it, and now they're going to work for it as well. So in saying that though, of course, in your optional extended reading, I do want to really zoom in, narrow down on the big milestones to look forward to, the big changes, events, anything else in between. So even if we do see maybe some challenging changes, we're going to get to the bottom of it and figure out why and how to kind of like work through it. So I'll be using 2 different decks. The link is in the description box below. Let's look at the respective future. Let's look at the upcoming big changes that will affect you and this person. So I love it. I love this reading. I want to look at the changes coming up. Anything you can look forward to. I'll see you on the other side. Power to you. And let's get straight into the extended. Bye, Aries. See you soon.